flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please keep in your thoughts this evening Mr. Grondine. I'm sure that he's still recovering from his bout of pneumonia, and then also our men and women protecting us around the world. Okay, thank you. The chair will accept the motion to accept the minutes from August 27th.
So moved.
Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Yes, I did have one correction I wanted to make under the letter G on page 3. I'm talking about the joint meeting with Andover on the charter school. It said Ms. Fitzgerald agreed to set up the meeting, and what I believe I said was that I was extremely excited to have this meeting, but I believe the superintendent said he was going to set it up. Thank you.
All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, finance report, cash balance report.
Yep, we got a cash balance report, September 4th, 2013. The account balance on August 21st, 2013 was $3,798,215.86. We had deposits from August 22nd to September 4th of $1,675,782.09. And I'm sure that Leanna informed the committee last time that we are receiving our Chapter 70 funds on a monthly basis now, which is terrific. Less payroll, August 29th, $635,815.63. And warrant number 3, August 27th, of $490,449.89, leaves us with a book balance on September 4th, 2013 of $4,347,732.43, with a corresponding bank balance on the same date of $5,040,853.43.
Motion.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. Consolidated cash reconciliation report is in your packet. Revolving fund report is in your packet. And budget report is in your packet. Anything further, gentlemen? Finances, all set? Okay. Communications, superintendent event calendar is in your packet. You need to comment on that?
Just that I just wanted to say that in order to keep you more abreast of some of the events and things that's going on from my own office, I thought that I can report to you once a month what's going on and things that I'm involved in, so you can be more aware of in case there's any questions or concerns that you may have regarding any of those things that I may be participating in outside of school.
Thank you, Superintendent. Public participation, please.
Good evening, honorable member of the Good evening, honorable member of the Greater Lawrence Vocational School. In this new year, the most important thing in the minds of our parents, our citizens, is parent and community involvement. Support our teachers and their union in this beginning academic year. We can teach other members of the community and other schools how to be the excellence. Learn from this school with the best leadership, with the best staff, with the best teachers. The challenge for you as our elected official is in this year to bring more parents in, get more community members involved. In these important years, when speaking with the parents, they talk about how important our support of the teacher and the union. We cannot leave the teachers to be blamed for our children not performing well. The teachers are cornerstone of success of this academy and this institution. The best way to attract more community involvement and parent in the affair of the schools is by speaking to our parents and talking about the importance of the parent and community involvement. We're looking forward for a very successful year. Thank you.
Oh, is that still in your?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going back there. You want to?
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm staring down the tunnel.
Got it.
I'm a little upset here, you know.
Sorry about that, sorry.
Okay, moving right along. Report from the superintendent. The Lawrence City Council meeting, the City Council had to push us back or forward, whichever way you look at it, I guess, on their vote on the MSBA. They will revisit it on September 19th. Update on fiscal year 14 approved grants. They're all in your packet. Vocational equipment grant, $49,100. For automotive collision spray booth, the DSAC grant for $45,300. Engaging all students in mathematical thinking and practices in CVTE Program Institute. Course will be held in the summer for 30 teachers from Greater Lawrence Tech, Greater Lowell, and the southeastern region. Literacy Professional Partnership grant for $18,553. New sign outside the school building, Superintendent?
If you go around the building, you'll see that we've upgraded the signage that we couldn't read when we were around the building. So we've had a company, very reasonable, come to one of our graduates actually go around and upgrade them. You'll see that you can identify all the shop programs. It's easier now, which is also for the purpose of public safety. They can do that, and so it'll make it easier for people to find shops from the outside when they do the delivery. So if there's an emergency.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's very good. Could you give us an update on the gym bleachers, please?
On the gym bleachers, we had a engineer come in doing a safety assessment on it. It's been documented that they are unsafe to use the way they are. We're in the process of trying to get quotes on repairing them. We're renting some bleachers for the month of September so that we'll have them for the events during the month of September. We are looking also at the possibility of replacing them. We've had one preliminary quote of $60,000 to replace both sides, which is pretty cheap. But my concern is I asked the director of facilities to get specifications on having an engineer come in. We're doing some research to find an engineer that actually does school bleacher work so that we can get some specs so we know that what we're getting quoted is quality and will last us and be safe for what we need them for. So we're in the process of doing all that now, and then we'll look at where we can find funding to pay for that and make sure that they are safe. But we can't use them where they are. So we're in the process of getting that taken care of.
Okay, in your packet, ladies and gentlemen, we have fall.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just wondering, do you, that's okay. So you're contacting the MSBA? Like, you know how, like, don't they have access to this engineers?
Oh, MNSB, yes.
Yeah,
Well, we're contacting John Lemieux.
Oh.
He's the gentleman that
Yeah.
working with us on our MSBA project.
Yeah.
Who has contacts with a lot of architects and engineers to do that kind of work.
Oh.
So we're looking for a recommendation.
Oh, all right, thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in your packet there's a fall sports calendar, extracurricular activities calendar, and monthly school calendar. Driver ed program?
I'm actually looking, or wanted to inform the committee that putting bids out to try to get a driver's ed school to come into our school and offer a program to our students. One of the areas in which that students have difficulty getting co-op jobs because they don't have a driver's license, and one of the obstacles is not having access to driver's ed programs right after school to make it easier for them to obtain that, as well as the cost for driver's ed programs. So we're putting out a bid in order to try to see if we can get a reasonable price and offer it here at the school for our students to make it easier for them. And I asked our attorneys to check on state regulations and criteria for driver's ed programs within the school system. So then I'm going to look at the possibilities of looking for support from businesses to help fund some of the driver's ed kids, so that even at, I think it's somewhere around what we found so far, that probably the best rate we're going to get is somewhere around $150 for a student, which is students, so I'm going to look for opportunities to offset the cost of the program outside of the school. So kids can have opportunities to get their driver's their licenses. That's one of the obstacles. So I just wanted to make sure that the community is approving the process and doing this.
I think that's a great idea, and I was just wondering, do other, like, auto schools offer payment things? I find that when kids don't have a lot of money, they can, give them so much money per month rather than come off of the whole school, which I think all is all what it is. They're thinking that, there's a possibility of or waivers, or I don't know.
When we start interviewing drivers in education programs, once we put out a bid, we can talk to whatever company that might get the bid, whoever meets our standards, criteria for bidding on it. We can speak to whoever company is awarded the contract.
Yeah.
If I could just ask a question, make a comment. If we had drivers in here years ago, and like one of the big drawbacks was the kids wanting to be excused from classes, whether it was gym or free, whatever they call free periods. I'm presuming we won't be doing that, correct?
That will be on their own.
Correct. We'll just be the school.
Yeah, so I would presume that was probably about kids trying to take their driving hours during school time as opposed to after school. But
Right.
we're going to make sure
That doesn't happen.
that's not going to be allowed.
Very good. Principal's report, please.
All right. Edwin, if you can just make sure I'm on. I want to thank Edwin for making sure this technology works. Right on the
When you
thing.
can't do it, you hire someone. That's what happens.
He's one of our
Right, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
we can't
you. We have
ask
this
the student
talent.
to do it, and they can do it for us.
Right, that's what it is.
Is that they did say?
Okay, so I gave you just an updated agenda, I think Janice did. The first thing I wanted to go over was the school improvement plan. I had said last time I was going to give updates on the school improvement plan because the committee had asked for it, which is great. We certainly want to keep it as a living document and always on our mind what's guiding us. So I was going to give the instructional leadership team update. So what I would like to show you is where in the school improvement plan the item that I'm going to be talking about is, and then I'll go into it. I promise I won't be that long, Mr. Loman.
It's okay. I shut the light off. Is it going to mess you up?
No, I got mine.
So this page I tried to show last time and it wasn't working because Edwin was not here. So he's got it fixed. But this is the intranet site. This is the site I was saying that the technology department did a fantastic job of transferring over and making it sort of a one-stop shopping for staff to be able to access information. So right here, I'll just open up the school improvement plan. Sorry, I'm not used to doing it on the iPad, so this might be a little bit new for me. I'll make it bigger in 1 second. So under the first focus area, and again, this is a plan that you've seen and you approved last year, but just to remind people, it's under the culture of high expectations and collaboration. It does seem a little blurry, doesn't it?
That's just my age.
That's not, no, it did seem, well, it seemed blurry to me too.
It's your
Can
age.
everybody see it?
It's your age.
Everybody see it right? So we're gonna, I'm gonna just talk briefly about 1.4 activity under that focus of high expectations and collaboration. And this was further involvement of the instructional leadership team in the decision-making process. And this idea I presented last year. I don't expect that you to remember, a lot's happened since then, but was a real shared ownership with teachers, administrators, all different areas represented, making decisions and really overseeing the school improvement plan. So I'm just going to give you an update on that. So what the instructional leadership team did, they planned for the opening PD. So all of the opening PD could be accessed. All the PowerPoints were put on this site so teachers could go back to it at any point. So we had 4 instructional leadership team members presenting. I was not presenting. They did a much better job than I'm going to do now, but I just wanted to give you the information. So they went over what the ILT was, and this was, again, about really making sure the staff understood the creation of the instructional leadership team. It happened at the end of last year, or maybe mid-year last year, so we really wanted to give it a big opening. So they went over what the ILT was about, our purpose, really about participating in shared leadership, modeling the school-wide norms, implementing the school improvement plan, one of the most important things, trying to reduce the number of committees. We have committees for everything, and again, it's trying to work smarter and more efficiently. It's not that we don't want to do the work, but things tend to cross over, and really that model again of building professional learning communities within the school. So they just went over the makeup. We're actually missing a few members because of people who are no longer here. So we will be replacing them. And so we asked for new members at the time, and we did have several volunteers come on. They just went over who the members currently were and the different departments they were from for people to see the varied list. I'm going to go a little bit fast. If anyone wants to see anything, I'll go back, but I just wanted to give you an idea. They went over a book that we all, can't do it on here. Let's see. Yep, it's playing tricks on me. Okay, I won't worry about all the quotes there on the iPad, but we went over, as an instructional leadership team, we all read Leaders of Learning, which really, again, talked about how we're going to get to high levels working as a professional learning community. So they went over just those main ideas that we're really following as an instructional leadership team. There it is. They went over what we've done so far. Again, we just started mid-year last year, so we didn't have kind of a big kickoff for it. So people knew that it started, but they didn't quite know what we were doing. So we talked about the whole evaluation process we did to see where we were at with the school improvement plan from last year, really isolating an area of need that had not made the movement that it needed to be. The current area that they focus on is curriculum, and it's not about not having curriculum, it's really making curriculum student and teacher friendly, so not a compliance thing. This isn't just about Greater Lawrence Technical School. Curriculum often feels compliant instead of people always understanding the usefulness of revising, constantly revising curriculum. So we have this group that's going to be looking at it rather than just like an administration and doing a top-down. So the first piece that we realized we needed for the opening of school, we've had a daily agenda here since I've been here. So we're going on 7 years, and it's an area for students to really understand what it is that they're going to know and be able to do at class and how they're going to get there. But that is something that really turned in again into compliance. And I don't mean that for bad reasons like bad relationships. It isn't that. It's, oh, I got to have my daily agenda up, and not necessarily not everybody understanding the usefulness of it. And this was again determined from the data that the whole instructional leadership team came up with, the surveys that they did. So the team really worked on doing a student-friendly and teacher-friendly agenda that would help people to see the usefulness of planning, the usefulness of how to bring students to higher levels by really having students understand what it is they were learning and how they were going to be able to demonstrate at the end of the class or day that they had learned it. So, sorry, stuff that I went over, but so they really made it student-focused, talked about the need to update it daily and why that was. It wasn't so different. It's not that we were turning things on their head, but it was about making it more useful for everyone involved. So I'm going to just show you the links that they made for this, which is really great because, again, staff can go back to it any time. So they showed everybody. Okay, so this is a template of a model of the student agenda. So it looks like just a plain agenda, but every single piece of the agenda has a link to it that has a concept map. And what the concept map is actually a strategy that we learned in one of our literacy things about 2 years back. So they're really trying to model the good practices to help people who are not still understanding the usefulness of an objective or what an objective is. So by saying what it is, what are some examples, what is it like, and then on the bottom, there's links that actually give examples of objectives.
So,
Yes.
the kids have this or just the teachers?
The teachers have this piece of it, but what the students have is, hold on, let me see. No. This, still not yet. But yeah, the students see this every day. So they see this every day of what should I know and be able to do by the end of class. So the objective, they don't need to know exactly what the objective is. They need it to be clear for them is the important piece of it. So that background piece of the objective is for staff to really understand. And again, it's not that it's new information, but what we found in all of our walkthroughs is that there's some people who really got it and others, again, who didn't. They were putting things up, they were really trying, but it was just not getting that connection. And that's been over 7 years. Oh, go ahead.
So they were having troubles with understanding the instructions that they were supposed to do. But so by writing it down, does that clarify that either they know it or they don't know it?
It's not just writing it down, because they were always writing it down. It's sort of the clarity of what is the usefulness of objective. Like, is it really just about, before people thought, well, if I put my standard or my framework down, that will